Hey, welcome everybody. Dr. J. LaGuardia here, and I'm so grateful to have Emily Williams join me today. Emily will be one of our featured presenters at the Financial Freedom Summit 2021 on August 3rd, August 4th, and Emily's going to share with us a little bit about what she's going to be teaching on her presentation and how it's going to benefit our listeners and people who will be attending. And so, Emily, welcome, and great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me and for inviting me to be a part of this incredible event.
Absolutely. Well, your name was kind of right at the top of the list. And I know from our work together previously, you really made an impact on so many of the viewers. So why don't you share some of the things that you're going to be presenting about?
Yeah, so I also just want to share a little bit about why I'm qualified to talk about this. I know that a lot of people want to make more money, they want to know how to do it through strategy, but for me, my biggest transformation came through changing my money mindset. And I started my business when I had about $30,000 in credit card debt and $90,000 in student loan debt. And so I didn't have any money sitting under the mattress to get started. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this, is because a lot of times people are waiting till they have the money to move forward with their dreams. But I really believe that we can transform our mindset and create the wealth that we are craving, regardless of where we're at right now. I personally went from $442 all the way up to a seven-figure business in my first 18 months in having a business. And I'm not saying that that's the norm, but I share that because I want to really help people understand what is possible first and foremost. So that's the first thing. And I know one of the things that we're going to be covering when we dive into this topic with your community is just around what it is that they actually want. So helping them get clear on their desires. And that can be financial, it could be really anything. But I think one of the biggest limitations that people have is they don't know what they want, or they don't admit what it is that they actually want. So really that's one of the first steps that I want to take with your community, is help them get crystal clear around what it is that they want to create financially in their life and their business.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think that's a really important point you make. I think sometimes we make the assumption that people do know what they want, and sometimes that's not the case, and helping them come to that realization and understanding so they know where they're going, what direction they need to be pursuing.
Exactly. And one of the other issues with that clarity or lack thereof is a lot of times we've been told that wanting to make a lot of money is wrong. So there's a lot of belief systems that we've grown up with and we've adopted from our parents or grandparents or society that don't actually serve the vision that we have. So I know for me, I always wanted to hit that six-figure mark. That was really my main milestone that I was aiming for in the beginning. And I had no idea that I could go beyond that. I didn't know that that was possible because I had a lot of limiting beliefs. So what we're going to do is support people in uncovering what are their limiting beliefs in terms of their money beliefs that are stopping them from, number one, setting big financial goals, and number two, hitting those financial goals. So most people grow up knowing that we have different tendencies, we have different habits, but a lot of people don't actually know that they have these money beliefs that are running the show, causing them to live in fear or have anxiety, causing them to hold back from what it is that they're really meant for. So we're going to bring all of those money beliefs to the surface and help everyone get really clear around what's stopping them from creating more wealth. Because the truth is, we all have the ability to make money. We all have the ability to be wealthy. It's actually our birthright to live in abundance and to have more than what we need, because it's only if we are first taken care of that we can actually give back and support other people. And so my goal is to help everyone understand what's blocking them from getting rich, and then obviously help them transform any of those limiting beliefs that have been stopping them up until this point.
I think what you just said is so powerful because from my own personal experience, people I've worked with is I grew up in an environment that was a environment of scarcity. In other words, a very limited view on what was possible. And it wasn't a lack of opportunity. It was a lack of a mindset, a vision, and energy that not only attracts those opportunities, but then to take advantage of those opportunities or identifying which opportunities to take advantage of. So I really want to emphasize to our listeners here that this is a critical component to your financial success moving forward. It's great to have strategies, It's great to have, a plan in place. But if you don't overcome any of these limiting beliefs, those strategies, tactics, and goals will not be reached.
Totally. And it makes complete sense when you think about it. If your goal is to jump on sales calls and convert people into, coaching packages or whatever it is that you're selling, and yet you have a core belief that sales is wrong or that you aren't worthy of making a lot of money, well, you're going to self-sabotage and not actually take those action steps. So it's so important that we focus on this foundation before we implement anything. And, there's a lot of energetics involved as well. We've all been in contact with people where something feels a little bit off and we can't figure out what it is. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to make sure that you have clean energy when it comes to your sales process, to your marketing, to whatever it is that you're doing strategy wise to put yourself out there and make more money for yourself or for your company.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Really excited. I know our listeners are going to get so much value out of it. Anything else you want to share before we conclude today?
I would just say for anyone who's planning to attend, make sure you come with an open mind. A lot of times people think, oh, I don't need that. I just want the next strategy. But the truth is, everyone who comes into our business building programs, the number one thing they say that transformed everything for them in terms of their financials is this money mindset work. And we all have limiting beliefs, regardless of where we're at on our financial journey. There's always a next level. And so just come with an open mind, be ready to learn, and be ready to transform.
Great advice. Absolutely wonderful advice. I'm glad you shared that. So that is the Financial Freedom Summit, August 3rd and 4th. And to register, very simple, guys, it's go to the-life.com/financial freedom 2021, the-life.com/financial freedom 2021. There'll be a link with the post as well, too, that you can go to. Emily, one of our featured presenters, I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to share your wisdom. And really, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you again for agreeing to be a part of this.
Of course. I can't wait.